this is your warning. This is where I'm going to look at the super secret extra that they throw in. If you don't want to know anything about Awakened Realms' next project and don't want any spoilers, this is your opportunity to say bye-bye. You've had your warning. Ugh. Last chance. Gaijin, the surprise box. And some awesome, beautiful, very cyberpunk artwork, but with that sort of samurai dynasty feel to it. I love a good surprise box. And we're going to look through every element. So quite light, but that's fine, because a surprise is a surprise in itself. I shouldn't expect anything more. We get a pretty swish coin. Always like a good coin. There we are. Stick that there. We get the very, very heartfelt letter from Awakened Realms, which they do in most, if not all, of their Kickstarters, which I love. It's part of their tradition, they say, and we'd like to add a little bit extra in the surprise box. Keep in mind with stretch goals. So they've got a metal coin and the Gaijin art book, which is for their post-apocalyptic cyberpunk world. Hope you enjoy it, and then many thanks, which is always lovely. A nice little touch. And then we've got this art book, which I'm going to crack. You've already decided you've seen too much. That's your opportunity to turn off now again, because I'm going to spend a bit of time having a good look through this, because I'm a sucker for aesthetics and I really like cyberpunk as a theme. So let's crack it. Oh good, 2 black pages. Oh, it's a story. I am a Gaijin, an outsider in my own country. The Ascent Corporation was overtaken by its own artificial intelligence and now controls the world, building a future with no place for ones like me, for humans. Ascent's goal is to bring forth New Eden, to restore balance to the ailing planet, preserve its wildlife and create a place where technology and nature will live in harmony. We are not part of this picture. Humans and their mistakes are to be swept clean, like a sketch scorned by the illustrator. We do not go silently. When did the future switch from being a promise to being a threat? Oh, look at that. Oh, that's dark. You've got like a big samurai showdown, and you've got the fellas who are hanging around, and this chap who's clearly paying no attention to what's happening. He's just trying to mind his business. Oh, they're gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh man, and just look at the cityscape behind. Okay, Gaijin is a cyberpunk adventure board game with a post-apocalyptic vibe. 1 to 4 players will struggle to survive and pursue their agendas in 2 worlds at the same time. The physical one, filled with deadly machines and merciless human survivors, and the virtual one, prowled by tracking software and vicious viruses. Some game scenarios will require cooperation between players, some will lead to an open conflict, but most of the time players will try to achieve their own goals, interacting with others only when they need to exploit their weaknesses or to make a short, uneasy alliance. Players will find new implants and augment their bodies in the real world and gain new knowledge and insight while exploring the cybernetic realm. However, suppose they spend too much time in one of them. In that case, they'll be endangered in the other. It's easy to track motionless body based on its cybernetic connection, and if players don't work on for firewalls, and so they're susceptible to AI attacks. 1 to 4, 90 minutes. Very, very much like Awakened Realms to give you a semi-cooperative game. And again, look at that. That's just so gorgeously dark. Underground tunnel, it's chucking it down. You've got a car with a door open and some chap firing a pistol in there. Merciless. I'm not going to read any more of the story, but I'll leave it on so you can read it should you so wish as we go through these, because oh, look at this artwork. Everything about the game is just beautiful. You've even got like the pagodas that are like caked in, oh, like satellites and antennas and God only knows what else. It's that really strong, vivid pink and light blue combo that makes you think cyberpunk, and I don't know why. Oh, 2 separate pages I think this one is. So we've got one of the survivors with a sword, one of the machines, which looks like a ball with a gun on it. Whew, look at the size of that boy. He's not going to last long, is he? Self-guided robotic system. Ooh. And they're like a big manufacturing thing, and they're producing guns. Always what you want. And then more artwork. I think that's some concept art as well. It's just stunning. Aesthetically, already this feels like it's going to be a winner. But having 2 separate worlds to roam in, so you've got the human world and the AI world, and trying to balance that, and knowing, as it says, there's a risk to being in one for too long, it could mean that it becomes a very, well, a lonely game, especially if you only have to cooperate or interact every once in a blue moon. It's just very pretty. The one thing they're doing incredibly well is making something that looks very, very pretty. I'm going to skim to the end of some of these now. Everything about it is just gorgeous, and it's got that real Dynasty Japan feel to it as well, with the Oni masks and the samurai swords, but then merging it with different elements of like the street lights with the Japanese on, but also the heavy cybernetic feel of everything, with, you know, the chap with the giant bulb for a face. And of course then you've got the actual Gaijin who are caked in implants and such. And then you've got all the different concept arts, a guy with an orange eye, a bloke who's got a Ronin hat. Is it a Ronin hat? Spartans. I guess these are all the different classes. But yeah, this is really pretty. Oh, this is definitely going to be one that I'm going to check out based on aesthetics alone, which is risky, risky, risky. Because you can always fall down that hole of a game being pretty, but not for you. Which does make me quite shallow, I know, but I'm okay with that. And there's the website in case you want to check it out already. But anyway, hold up. Awaken Realms Light. Now, Awaken Realms Light made Bees the Secret Kingdom, which is incredibly light and small and tiny. 20-minute game. So if this is going to be like a tiny 20-minute game, I don't know. Unless they just remind everyone that, you know, light still exists. Or it's just their department within that made this, I don't know. Anyway, that was my unboxing and a sneak peek at Gaijin. Thank you ever so much for sticking around. As always, I will catch you next time.